Hey, it's a beautiful day.
Beautiful weekend, hopefully. We're at my parents again in Central PA. We're gonna try and put the window and the sliding door. So let's get to it.
Kind of took a risk getting like a random Amazon window just to try to stay low budget. We specifically got this one because it has a flat screen. It doesn't have the pleated one, and it's just like much harder to clean. It's just like a acrylic push-out window. But look, it has reflectors on one side. That's how it stays cool, as well as being blackout.
Okay.
So that's gonna go right like that. Woo-wee, that's gonna look real good. Oh yeah.
Yay.
Perfect size.
Wait, what? I don't think it has a trim. What? Is it like screwed in? No, there's like adhesive right there. Yeah, it looks like there's no trim ring. So all the videos we watched showed how to put this on with a trim ring on the inside, and yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. What are we supposed to do with that?
All the videos we've seen of like any kind of RV acrylic windows is that it has an internal clamp ring, trim ring to like fit onto. This literally just has this, all these screws sticking out, and this. So we've been searching the internet for the last like 4 hours.
So today, since it's gonna rain, we're gonna make templates out of boxes, but not the boxes that they came in, because if anything goes wrong and we need to return them, we don't want holes in the boxes. So we're using the ones that we already used. All right, so Andrew's mom and I are trying to figure out how to make this template. This frame is where we're gonna cut the van. So because our window doesn't have an internal frame to use to trace, so we kind of just took a pencil and dragged this along to make a line. So we're gonna cut it out and see if it's the same size as this internal frame, and then we're gonna use that to trace on the van for the cut hole. Okay, so we cut out our template just using a box cutter, and we actually measured it too. Took our measuring tape and just went along the side. And as you can see, if you have the same one, you want it to cut it where this is, because this is going to be what's glued onto the van, and this is inside the van. So we just measured from this corner to that corner and the whole way around, and it was pretty close. We were like 1/8 of an inch too short actually, so we just have to add on 1/8 of an inch when we're drawing our line around it. But pretty good.
That's actually pretty darn close. All right, cool. Let's go.
All right, so we're running to a store to find some lumber. Successful trip to Lowe's. We got some wood, got some tools and stuff. Sikaflex. Okay, so the guys made a frame. Andrew, you want to explain?
Yeah, this one is 22.5, and this one was 29.5.
So if you're looking for boards, we ended up finding a 1x2 inch board, which is actually more like it's actually a 3/4 inch by 1.5. Make sure when you're measuring, I made the mistake of just measuring one edge to the other edge, and the problem with that was all the boards were like, you know, on the corners, and it lined up with it, but they have to overlap for you to screw them together. So make sure if you're using the board to factor in how wide the board is. So this is 1.5 inches wide. So when you're taking your measurements of the edge of this, add another 1.5 inches so that this one comes out by another 1.5 inches and overlaps with that, so that you can screw them together. And actually it's easier if we have the long ones, like 2 edges coming longer and 1 edge shorter in the middle. You want it to be outside of the whole frame.
have the frame. It fits, and it's pretty tight, but it's a pretty good fit. Okay, so when we originally made this template by putting the window face down on top and tracing with a pencil, it was pretty close, but it's a little bit too wide and like an 1/8 inch short on the long side. So instead of trying to use this and like recut it and estimate where that is, we're just going to try a different method and see what works. So we're going to try 2 methods. We're going to trace the inside of this wooden frame as a template, but we're also going to measure the edges from, you know, corner to corner and see if that matches up, and then cut it. See how that goes. Now we're going to use box cutters, cut it out. And then we're going to try to lay it on top of that and see if it lines up. Okay, so moment of truth. This shouldn't be exactly the same because this frame is a little tight. We tried to make this one a little bit bigger.
I think that'll be good, dude. I think that'll be real good.
It pretty much fits, like width-wise. Width-wise, it's almost the same, which is good. It's like a little bit higher, but that's what we want. And then length-wise is also a little bit bigger. So yeah, I would say that's pretty good. If you look at the back, it's like a little taller and a little bit wider. Okay, now we're gonna test it out on this. I'm also gonna mark the center. So that I feel much better about than the other one. The other one was literally just trying to trace that upside down, and that was not as easy. So, all right, we finally have our template. We're going back to step 1. All right, so I'm just taking all the miscellaneous stuff out of the van so that we don't get metal shavings on everything, and just kind of clearing it out. And then I'm gonna tape off some areas with garbage bags and tape just to protect it.
So right now Tara's just taping up the walls where the holes are so we don't get any metal shavings in there from cutting a hole in the door. You got a garbage bag and just cut it open, like it just kind of like folds open. We're just taping it up around like the cab area. That's what we're working on right now.
I just gotta put the other one up. Should we put the other one up or no?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, right here?
Yeah, I think so.
Got a little room in here. It's like a 1-bedroom studio. It's all taped off. I think the back will be fine. It mostly is gonna be going to the sides. So it's a little overkill, but it's our little room for now. I feel safe about it. Forgot to cut the rib here, so we're gonna do that before all the rest of the steps. All right, safety first. We got masks, goggles on. I'm gonna wear my loops. No, we're not sponsored, but loops, if you're out there, you know. Some sort of ear protection because it's gonna be loud and you gotta protect your ears. And gloves, all the things. Also, it helps to have long sleeves for especially the jigsaw because pieces fly off and it bothered me at least, and I'm sensitive. So anyway, put on all your safety gear. Protect yourself. Time to use this bad boy. Fingers crossed. You can see where all our holes are still on the floor from all of the screws. Well, you covered it in tape, but now they're just like little glowing blue dots. That's funny. All right. I'm not nervous. Are you nervous? We're good. Let there be light. I didn't know I had that. That was cool. Here we go. This beam here and this up here, because when we put our frame on, this ridge right here was making the frame stick out too much and it wasn't flat against this. Our frame does sit on the edge of this, but that's only a small gap that we can fill in with adhesive. But either way, you have to cut the bottom of this off if you're putting a frame on here. Should I test it in the middle first?
Yeah, see if it cuts through.
Nervous. Never used this before. Woo! I'm so nervous. It does. Doesn't have to be perfect. When you're doing this, just test it first so that you can see how far you're going and know how powerful it is. Pound through that one layer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can also feel when you go through, it's like a little hard and then it like kind of jolts a little. So that's when you know it like breaks through, you know what I mean? I'm kind of using my other hand to like hold the top because when it starts going, it wants to pull you. So just kind of hold one hand steady and the other one I'm just using to guide and like keep it in place. Yeah, I think it's good enough. It's pretty thin. I just don't want to go too far. All right, success. We're going to switch. He gets to do the top. We got through a lot of it. We got through that. Some little holes here, but it's so thin that we're afraid to cut through this. We're using like a little paint scraper and literally just popping it off. Ooh, look at this.
Well, if you bend it outwards, you might see a dent on the back of the car.
Really?
What?
Just kidding.
You stinkeroo.
Oh, good. All right, but good to know. Don't do that.
That's through.
There's through. So what I've seen some people do is use like the hammer and they hammer it to kind of trunk through this trunk. I don't know. I make up words a lot. What am I trying to say? Get through. And then, I don't know, we just gotta pull it off. I thought that would be the easy part, but it's not looking as easy as I thought.
Never is it?
Oh, no, it's not. Okay, well.
That's kind of difficult.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna watch a video and figure out how to do it.
Okay.
And then we'll let you know. So we're just going along with a box cutter, trying to at least open up the edges. And then we're gonna try the chisel and hammer method again. And just pull it off, right?
That's it. Twist it. Drop it.
Whoop! Okay, nice. Look at that. We did it. Woo! That took way longer than expected. All right, so we cut the rib. We took it off.
So looking through all of our tools, I found this hardware that came with the window. So it kind of makes a little bit more sense how it attaches to the blinds. So these little things right here, they screw on to the window here, and then from the inside, that's how the blinds attach. Now, it also came with these little brackets, which I don't necessarily know how they go.
Seems like that because it's the same height.
Yeah. Or what?
There are no instructions, by the way.
Maybe it makes it fit better to the wood.
So basically, all of these little brackets are replacing a metal trim, probably to cut down on weight or cost or whatever. But it's just harder to make a template without the trim. So they're saying it's easier, but not really for the whole process. Yeah, maybe attaching it is more simple. Right? I don't know. No. Either way, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the new template on here, and what we did was move it around a few times. And basically measured down to make sure it was the same. It was saying measure twice and cut once, but I think we're probably going to measure like 5 times and cut once. And it's just about 2 inches. I guess, it'd make more sense to kind of go from that straight line. That's like a 16th smaller than 1 inch. So let me see what that is down here, actually. Oh, actually, that's a little too high. I guess I should have gone from this line instead. And this is about 4 3/4. Okay, so we need to move it down and right a little bit. Well, anyway, so this is the process. You just have to keep measuring it and moving it, and then draw pencil lines around the outside so you can keep changing it. And the pencil does go onto the metal. So we didn't tape it first. We just moved it loosely and then hold it where it is. Put it back in. Let me just see how that looks. It's about 4 3/4. So now we need to move back to the left. 1 1/8, less than 1. I'll just put it back where we had it. Place the template on the van and check measurements from the inside.
Just put it back where we had it.
Draw the outline with a pencil or marker on the inside. Measure again and again. And again and again. I'm just going to double check the frame, even though we tried to do this with the frame and just trace the inside, but the frame isn't like perfectly straight. We kind of had to work it onto that thing, so right there.
Yeah.
Are we good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, drill through the middle, exactly where the center point is, so that we can line that up outside and then check how it looks on the outside. Okay, I'm going to try my best. At least it has this like sharp point on the end. If I can line it up like perfectly. What is happening?
Can we switch?
Yeah, and I also want to get my goggles, I think, glasses. We're back.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
You screwed these in.
It's just not even doing shit.
What is going on? All right, let's just get your dad's drill.
Do I need
bits.
a bigger one?
Drill holes at center and the corners from the inside. We did the center. We had to use his dad's drill because this little guy wasn't powerful enough. It was just shaking. We amped it up to this plug-in one. So the plug-in ones are a little less, more inconvenient, but definitely more powerful. So, oh man, that's pretty. That's why people do it
From the inside?
outside.
Yeah, from the outside, right.
Right.
Same to
Roughly.
3 and I don't even know, 3/4. This side needs to go up a hair.
Yeah, I can see that from here.
Right there.
It's not going to be the same now as this one, so.
Then hold it.
Trying.
Close to 4. Down a little. Yep, that looks good.
Tape to the outside, line up the holes, and measure. Oh, it looks really good though. Oh, this isn't, yeah, this is why people use marker on here.
Okay, you want to get a marker?
It's not doing anything. Sharpie for the outside. Mark the corners so you can line it up again if need be. We're gonna use a straight edge to actually draw the line. It's a little curved. And also if you're wondering, a ProMaster has slight curve. Not as much as the Sprinter and the Transit, but a little bit. As you can see, it's bending. Okay, good enough. So I think what we could do is use a straight edge to just straighten it out a little bit if we need to. And that's gonna be our cut line. Okay, so you actually wanna lay down painter's tape so that when you're going along with the jigsaw, you protect the paint on the outside. So, and I already drew the line. So what I'm gonna do now, it actually helps because I can line it up with the sides, but I'm just kind of undoing one side at a time and sliding this underneath. So it's kind of about halfway. Oh, never rips how you want it to. Okay, so I'm taking the marker and just remaking the line. So I can line it up with the side that I already drew the line to make sure the corner is the same. Now the edge of this isn't exactly straight because of just cutting it, but we can use a straight edge afterwards to check any spots before cutting. You want to make sure you push it down because there is a slight curve. So my side line lines up with the line that I made on here. Okay, I'm just gonna do the same thing for the two sides, and then I can actually take this off and we can see our cut line. Okay. We're just taking a straight edge to make sure that the lines are actually straight because the edge of the cardboard is like a little jagged even though it's level. Okay, draw a line with a straight edge. I'm gonna measure one last time, and we already did that. Measured. We basically measured from the line of the van down to see if it was the same on both sides, and it basically is. Amy saves the day with a lamp. It is currently about almost 9 o'clock. So Andrew is drilling the corners right inside of the lines. Like if the line is here, he's drilling right inside the corner for the jigsaw to be able to go through. You want your goggles in case any metal flies off? So I say let's just like cover these holes with tape and let's do it tomorrow. We're originally supposed to be back in Pittsburgh for something. So we were trying to get this done today, but it's getting late. It's after 9. So we know that their neighbors might be trying to go to bed around this time. So I think we're going to call it for tonight and just do this part tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow to continue this. Good job today, babe. It was a lot of work.
Good morning. About ready to cut a hole in the door?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ready to go? Just a reminder to put tape on the bottom of the jigsaw, like the guard, whatever you call it, so you don't scratch the paint. Right, like that. Here we go. Do you want to wear gloves or a jacket? Let me know when you need it, Tape.
Way quicker than the back door.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my.
Last piece. We gotta go get some more.
In all honesty, we could have cut this last night.
Knowing how quick it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we supposed to know? All we have for reference is the back windows, which took hours. Nice job. I was gonna say I don't have any more tape to help you out. All right, cut on the line with the jigsaw. Check.
Ready?
We're gonna check the fit of the window, so let's take this baby out. Oh. Hi. Would you like some ice cream?
Yeah.
It's now a food truck.
Yeah.
Going on the road, selling smoothies and hummus bowls. All right, next step is to check the window fit in case we need to resaw anything. I'm gonna hold it from the inside to pull it in.
Look at that.
That's pretty damn good.
That's great. What do you mean?
I'm a little nervous about the circles that you made. The corners are a little bit close.
It totally covers.
It covers, but the adhesive is going to be inside here.
It'll be fine. There's gonna be wood there.
All right. All right, so we just checked the fit of the window. It looks great, so we don't need to do any more cutting. Oops. So now we're going to file and prime the edges, and then we're going to let that dry. Metal file. file and prime
I'm
the
gonna
edges
vacuum
and
out.
let it dry. Another thing I forgot to write on here was to prime the edges outside of where your adhesive is going to go. All right, so while Andrew's vacuuming the inside, all the little metal dust, I'm going to go around the outside with some acetone. Okay, so I'm going to prime the outside of this. Shoot, I think it's a little too wide. So because this window isn't bonded like the back windows, where the back windows we had to leave like 2 inches between the cut hole and the edge, so it's kind of right in the middle. But this one is not, so it's just going to stick exactly to where I'm putting it. So I'm just going as close to the cut line as I can because it's only going to come out by about 1 inch. I'm giving about, I don't know, less than 1 inch, 3/4 inch maybe width. All right, so Andrew is now putting the Sikaflex around the outside, and there's actually like a little ridge on the outside of here, so we're going in between that. It's supposed to keep it from spreading past the edge of the window. Oh.
And is it in?
Yeah, on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to push pretty hard at the top because there's a gap. Problem is, it's not on, it's like all the adhesive is coming through. Is it on the van?
Yeah.
I can see this corner down here. There, I can see there's light coming through. I can literally see gaps on the corners.
Oh, well then, I don't know what you want me to do, hun.
Literally, oh man, I think the hole was too big.
I think it's gonna need more adhesive.
What are you doing?
Taking it off.
What are we doing?
We need more adhesive.
Where are you putting the adhesive at?
All right, so we're running into some problems with the adhesive on the sides, just because we made the hole slightly bigger on purpose, but the adhesive is coming through inside, and because there's a slight curve to the van, it's not sticking as well at the top. So we're putting more adhesive, and if it squeezes out the sides, at least it'll seal, and then we'll just have to clean it up afterwards.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that already looks so much better.
Good. If you put the piece of wood there, this is kind of clamping to the outside here,
Okay.
making it a little bit closer.
I think it's good. I think.
Okay.
All right, we've got to peel this off. If you wait too long, the sun will melt it on, and it'll be impossible to get off. So you should take it off as soon as you can. Okay, so we're going to try to get some of the Sikaflex off using a paint scraper and some acetone and just scraping it off. We're doing this while it's not fully dried and cured yet, so we could get as much as we can. Now we're just taking acetone on the window itself. It actually took the paint off of the window frame, so maybe don't use acetone and just use another kind of cleaner for that. All right, now Andrew's just going along with a bead of Sikaflex all around our wooden frame that's going to go on the inside of the van. All right, we're just going to place our frame around the outside of the window and then just push it into place. All right, so now we're just going to add the little pieces that came with the window. There's a little metal bracket and a plastic knob that the bug screen and the blinds are going to snap onto. Some of them got a little stuck and wouldn't tighten all the way, so we're just going along with some pliers to retighten those ones.
All right, it's been more than 24 hours. Let's take this off.
This is case. Woohoo! Beautiful.
That's great.
Sick.
Sweet.
All right, so we can finally put on the blinds and the bug screen. We basically just have to push them onto those little plastic knobs and it just snaps into place. Also, the blind and the bug screen snap together so you can move them both together. All right, we put our blinds on and we're not really gonna do a water check because the rain already kind of did that. We have a window! Today we are doing the double swivel seats.
Oh, nice.
It just says basically to install the seat.
And
Okay.
we're just gonna screw them in. Ultimate.
These don't line up perfectly. They're a little bit off. So what's happening is we're trying to screw it in and it's going at an angle. And it's not letting us screw it down. So it wasn't supposed to be like this. I don't know why it was made so tightly.